Virgo Rising, this is your monthly tarot reading for the month of February 2025. My name is Pod Kane, and if you haven't been here before and you don't know what your rising sign is, check out a website like astrocharts.com where you can get your full astrology birth chart. You will need to know your exact time of birth for this one. Most people can find it on their birth certificate. Okay, so this month we are using the True Crime Oracle deck. Strange, I know, but this one has some really good terms that I just felt like using this month. All right, so that's what we're doing. So Virgo Rising, what is going on for them in their life in February 2025? Virgo Rising, February 2025. Serial killer. Cult. Death at the base. Okay. Obviously, we're going to bring this back down to earth. Serial killer, that's obsessive compulsive cult, being indoctrinated, okay, being part of a group think scenario. So we're gonna see how that applies to us normies and our daily lives. But that is too funny. I promise you a lot of these cards are just like, one of them is like grandparents. Like they're not all like that, but I think it's funny. Anyway, Virgo Rising, what card are we going to pull for you for February 2025, representing you as you show up this month? This is the Buddha Wisdom Oracle deck. The Ecstatic Dakini, Lion-Headed Simha Mukha. Old age brings wisdom and fierce certainty. I always love a fierce certainty moment. All right, we'll take it. We'll take it. Okay, so I am using the Star Tarot deck to do your tarot reading. Virgo Rising, February 2025. What's going on for them right now? Give us a reading. Bring insight, help, and answers to our Virgo Rising friends out there. We ready? Okay. How are they showing up this month? The Devil reverse, breaking free from some chains. Cult behavior, okay? You're like, I'm not participating in this BS anymore. Nine of Pentacles, dependency. Four of Wands, home life, celebration. You're realizing now how dependent you are on the people that you live with and your home and your family. That security, that sense of ownership over what you've worked so hard for. And you realize that you can't do without it. And there's sort of a breaking free here with the Devil reverse of toxic habits and behaviors. And we'll see more about what that means. But King of Pentacles at the base of the deck, that's a card for you, an earth card as you're a Virgo, an earth sign, Virgo rising. This is gaining a level of mastery that enables you to make wise and practical and pragmatic decisions over the material matters in your life. There's patience, there's prudence, there's wealth acquisition and a legacy. Hell yeah. All right. What's going on in their values? What's going on in Virgo Rising's values? Death reversed. Well, we don't like major change. Empress reversed. We want to control every little thing and make sure everyone is all done right and ready to go. We get that one a lot for you. We want to make sure that every little boo-boo is handled and that no one falls off the wagon, and it's a smothering and over-mothering energy. But you also, in your values coming up here, there's a need for change. With the Eight of Pentacles reverse, we need to try something new. We've been trying this for a very long time of being overly involved in helicopter parenting or helicopter spousing or whatever it is for you, being overly attached to the outcome of whatever it is in your life. And that is something you have tried and tried and tried to do. And now you're realizing that something has to give, but you're still not sure about how you feel about changing it. And there's an aspect behind all of this that you may not be aware of, and that is conditional love. Conditional love is playing a part in this plan of action, where if those in your life don't respond well to your direction, then you withdraw your love. If you aren't able to control everything going on around you, you lessen your own love for yourself. You take it personally. When things are outside of your control, you take that as a personal failing and a measure of your worth, a negative measure of your worth. That is the values up till now. So if this is popping up, that means we in the mix of making changes there, okay? Virgo Rising, February 2025. What is on their mind? King of Swords reversed. Man, you just don't have all the answers. King of Wands reversed. You get leadership lacking. Man, maybe you haven't been a good leader. Oh, shit. You're so hard on yourself. Ace of Wands. So you're inspired to take a new action, and that's good. That's good. We also have the Eight of Wands reversed here at the deck. I've gotten this multiple times for multiple people this month. There's an energy in the air of withdrawing from social media, of turning off the outside world, of looking into these tiny little snapshots of people's lives and comparing yourself against it. You realize now that's just, that ain't it. That ain't it. That's not helpful. It's harmful, and it's not accurate. It's no measure of the truth. Just what people post on social media is no measure of the truth. What's going on in your home in February 2025 for Virgo Rising? What's going on in y'all's home? The Sun. King of Cups reversed. Okay. Okay. I don't want reversals here. Let's get into it. No, there's healing at the end of it, though. So there's been an illumination that has happened in your home. That being emotionally closed off, possessive, jealous. This could be you. This could be another person, actually, I feel. Because you're kind of showing up here as Swords and Wands. Someone who is emotionally closed off hasn't been learning very well what is needed. And now they realize it, you realize it, everybody gets it. This could also be issues around children that kind of brought this to a head if you have kids. With the Knight of Cups reversed, now a new authenticity is coming in. And it's not always pretty with the Knight of Cups reversed. Sometimes it's quite rude and abrasive and direct in a way that is jarring. But this will lead to an emotional release and healing that finally you just told me what you really think. So now we can move on. Like, it's that type of vibe. Yeah. So shit going on in the home too. Damn. Yeah, I kind of find, at least in my life and in my relationships, that when I'm ready to change, so are other people. It's a matter of timing. Everybody's on the same wavelength. If you're living together, you know, if you're living with people, it's all meant to be. What you might be a logical person. If you're watching tarot, maybe you're open to this idea. It's up to you what you want to believe. Of course, that is your right and your prerogative. But I always find that the timing is divine when it comes to change, where both parties in a relationship especially are going to change simultaneously. I mean, from a logical standpoint, it's by example. If someone's expecting you to keep showing up the same way you have been for years and years and years, and all of a sudden you show them a new side of yourself and you persist on showing them something new, then they're going to have to get out of their repetitive mindset as well, because now they're dealing with something new, which brings them in the moment, which gives them an opportunity to rethink of how they want to handle things, how they even think of themselves. It's a catalyst. Okay, there we go. What's going on with your self-expression? Virgo Rising, how are you expressing yourself? What are you doing in February? Queen of Cups, beautiful. The Fool reversed. Ten of Wands. Okay. Okay. You're like, but I'm worried, but I'm worried. Like, that's all this is. It's like, I'm ready to be emotionally compassionate, sensitive, nurturing, vulnerable, to give hope, to have hope. But I'm scared because I have all these things that I'm responsible for, and I do not want any of them to fail. And some things are just not worth keeping up with, but I don't really have a plan for a future, except that I don't want it all to end. That's that story is, hey, that's progress, okay? That's progress. But there's a lot of buts in the scenario of what's going on here for you. It's always cautioned and measured. It's not, you ain't jumping off no cliffs. You got the full reverse. It's the exact opposite. You're bringing out a construction team to build a bridge or build a stairway down, and you're having it inspected first, and you're having it, 3 different people come out and give you estimates, and like you're not just gonna take a fucking flying leap off that cliff. Ain't no way. And okay, it's because that's what gives you peace. That is the most peaceful way forward for you. It's the mental matters for you. The unknown is an unnecessary place to be for you, at least in this matter. Yes, I'm willing to make a change. No, I'm not going to do it willy-nilly. Why would I? I have access to information. I can do research. I can ponder on it. I can ask questions to people who have more information and knowledge and experience than I do. Old age brings wisdom and fierce certainty, though. That's what we're getting to. All right? At work. All right. So there's sort of another pause for the cause situation at work. An analysis. Again, there could not be a more Virgo card in my eyes than the Prince of Swords. Analysis. Get all the information. Collect the data. Unafraid to look at the good and the bad, the pros and the cons, weighing it all out. And what's the result of such a consideration for you, Virgo? King of Pentacles. Well, it makes me fucking money. But it's going to bring about it too. I'm gonna completely self-destruct. But it makes me fucking money. It's reliable. It's dependable. It's secure. It's safe. It keeps going. But it's heading for a crash. Something about your job, where you work or whatever, there's sort of big trouble on the horizon. And I don't exactly get the card for this, but it almost seems like you're looking around to figure out when is the right time to jump ship so that you can keep your financial money coming in, but you don't have to experience this mess. Or this could just be predicting the worst without knowing whether that's going to happen or not, right? Other people in your life, the people the closest to you, they're gaining clarity. They're coming out with the truth. They're gaining a certain type of mastery now. Over what? What is their person gaining a mastery over in February? Virgo rising. Excuse me, keep going. Emotional matters. There's been so much of this month. Their sensitivity, their compassion, the way that they emotionally communicate, turning it more to a positive mindset, purifying their emotional state of being. Hell yeah. So they're kind of off over here doing their own thing, but they're also like leveling up. What are you looking at right now, Virgo rising, that has you concerned in other people? What are you out there looking at in other people that's got you concerned? What are they doing? What are other people doing? 9 of Cups. Oh, my dream life. 4 of Pentacles, that I blow so much money on that I'm deep into debt. 4 of Swords. And there is no rest, no pause, no waiting. And the 8 of Wands makes me just want to turn off social media because it's all a load of bullshit. And I love reading for y'all. Like, I just get the stories, you know? This is just the stories. Like, it's a cult. It's a cult. It's a cult. It's a cult and it's an obsession. It's a cult. It's an obsession. Serial, like meaning it happens again and again and again. Serials. That's where that name comes from, right? The serial, like in TV or movies, is something that like a TV show, it would be a series, right? Like each episode leads to the next one, meaning watch them all, binge it, bitch, because it's you can't just watch one episode out of it. Like Seinfeld is not a serial technically, but like Game of Thrones is. So it's a serial. And Killers. It's a killer. This whole thing about showing my dream life and keeping up with the Joneses to the expense of all my financial security and never being able to rest and having no pause to think about whether this is actually for my mental health, my well-being, or anything positive, it's a cult. And you are distancing yourself from that 100%. Hell yeah. A lot of people are going to be turning off social media in February, I feel. Okay, what have you learned? What are you learning? Old age brings wisdom and fierce certainty, Virgo rising. What are you learning in February? When to shut your mouth? You don't need to communicate everything. Some things are best kept to yourself. What else? Because the fierce certainty. I think a lot of the reasons why you always need to say what's on your mind is because you wanted that validation from others. Or if you didn't get that validation, then you wanted to test that against other people and be like, yeah, but this, and let's get into a debate and let's go on and on about it and whatever. But like you wanted that validation from others. These are my beliefs, so hear me. You're at the point now where that validation is here. It starts here. It ends here. Therefore, if nobody understands you, if nobody hears from you, ain't no problem, because you have your fierce certainty. You don't have to share every little thing. You do not have to be heard all of the time. Clarity. Cutting the fluff. Getting rid of what is unnecessary and focusing on what is of true value to you. Let me put that out because that's something you're learning 100%. Okay, what will be the outcome for Virgo rising by the end of February 2025? I have to remind myself to say the right year every single time. Irreconcilable differences with people who are not willing to take it upon themselves to take action to get themselves out of difficulties. You're going to cut people out of your life who cause nothing but drama because they have a victim mindset, because they don't realize that it is their own responsibility to improve circumstances in their life. With people also who are liars, with the Magician reversed, with people who create drama and do rage baiting in terms of the social media. We're getting out of that. Eight of Swords reversed. We're getting out of that. It was a long time coming, but we're out of that now. Hell yeah. All right. Other people in your life, how are they helping you this month, Virgo rising? High Priestess reversed. Two of Pentacles reversed. They're showing you how when you don't follow your intuition, that it sets the balance off kilter and you're not able to make the right moves in every scenario. I don't know if this is by example or like direct, like, hey, this is what happens, you know? It kind of feels more like it by example. Like you're noticing when people don't go with their gut, they aren't able to make prudent choices because they're too dependent on their logic and reasoning, and they don't have faith. Whatever faith means to you. Faith in themselves, trust in the universe, faith in God, faith in a divine plan, faith in their angels and their guides, whatever it means to you. Being overly logical ain't the way, and you're learning that for some reason through others in February. How are others harming you in February, Virgo rising? Unfair treatment that you have to accept in the family. Not everything's cleaned up yet. There's still going to be some BS going on in the family, in the larger family. And I think these could even be some of the people that you're cutting out. Like, you don't have to accept it. As soon as I said that, I was like, no, actually, no. You refuse to accept it. You refuse to accept their illogical, I want to say grandstanding about their woe is me, I deserve better behavior. And you're just like, okay, like, you know, you don't need to have your voice heard anymore. You don't need to get your point across. You just walk the other fucking way. Remember that like little workout parody video that came out, I think in 2020, where that chick was like, toxic people, walk the other way. Toxic people, walk the other way. It's that. If you know what I'm talking about, good. If not, sorry, I'm not going to sing the rest of it. But it's that. And what are you letting go of, Virgo rising? What is leaving your life in February 2025? What are you letting go of? Star, the hopelessness, the directionlessness. There's been a long going thing, okay? With you. This is a long time coming. And it's about a reckoning that this hopelessness is very much tied to your focus on what others are doing. And now there's this reckoning that you have every ability to escape from this. You do not have to live this way. You have hope in your life if you narrow your focus back to the small spaces and places that you exist in. You don't need to look all around the world. You don't need to know what's happening in Gaza. You don't need to know what's happening with Trump. You don't need to know what's happening with Biden. You don't need to know what's happening with any of that shit, okay? Or with, you know, some celebrity or influencer, or whatever the hell. Focus on the people that you see in your eyes on a daily basis. Or monthly or weekly, whatever, okay? But the people you see, the people that you can feel. I think that's actually very critical right now at this time, like not just for you, for everybody. Because it is so much easier to tell authenticity and the measure of a person when we are face to face with them. When it's online, there is a barrier to that intuition. Damn. I impressed myself. Okay. But you're on it, Virgo rising. You're on it. It's not going to be all cleared up today, but you're definitely going to be cutting some hoes out. And I think I did want to go back to this with the overmothering and stuff like that and wanting to make a change there. You're ready to start being more compassionate, empathetic, and sensitive. And that's the antidote to this. Yes, there's a lot of caveats with it. Yes, it's going to take some time for you to get comfortable with that. But simultaneously, you have your partner moving in a similar direction, or the closest person to you. They're moving in a similar direction. You're moving towards the Queen of Cups, they're moving towards the Page of Cups. That is, you know, emotions on emotions. That is sensitivity on compassion, on healing, on hope. It's not toxic positivity. There's some cards for that too. Okay. That's not it. You're moving to a place of greater balance by incorporating these into a greater prominence in your life so that you don't have to worry so much. You have hope. You have faith. You trust that your compassion is enough, that your openness is enough. Okay. Message of Cosmic Oracle cards here for you, Virgo Rising. Live your life with both feet in, commit to fully being here. And that just goes right back to tune out whatever the fuck else is going on social media and on the internet. Focus on your home, your family, your small spaces and places. That's where all the action's at. And that's the only place where you have effect, by the way. I've probably told y'all this before. But it's the only place where any change can be made is in your small spaces and places, in your community, in your family, in yourself, in your life. Knowing about what's happening overseas or in the White House or whatever, what the hell are you going to do about that? You know, beyond making a vote once every couple of years, what are you going to do about that? Divest yourself from this. It's not a good use of your emotional bandwidth. One more card for Virgo Rising. Check in with your body and release any tension you're carrying. Yep, take some time out to rest. You must forgive if you want to be free. Do it for yourself. I think with these people that you're cutting out, that's like next steps. That's like moving forward. And even too, if you've kind of seen like where this hasn't worked, it might have caused more harm than good. If you don't know better, how are you going to do better? And the same applies to these people. The fakers, the people that create drama, they have their own reasons. They don't know better. If they knew better, wouldn't they move towards love? Wouldn't they move towards harmony? And their own joy? That's in the soul of humanity. The answer is yes. They don't know better. Give yourself some credit for doing a good job at this whole living thing. The perfect card to end with for our dear Virgos. Give yourself some fucking credit. Give yourself some fucking credit. Give yourself some fucking credit. For any person with any type of Virgo energy, I will say it till I'm crying and blue in the face. Give yourself some credit. It ain't easy, and you're doing great. Old age brings wisdom and fierce certainty. This is the certainty card. This is the wisdom card. This is, I've been through it all, and now I know. And I can never forget this because it was powerfully felt. It was a benediction from God. It was an inspiration, a push to, it's a reckoning. It's judgment. It's, you know, and it's based on the Gabriel's horn on Judgment Day. In the parable, that is the awakening moment that the Christ has returned. Your soul has returned. Your self-actualization. You have become whole. You've created all four pillars. You have integrated them. You have your pragmatism. You have your mental acuity. You have your desire and your will to actualize yourself and your sense of self. And now, with this integration of these cups, you have your empathy, compassion, intuitiveness, and hope. And faith. Yeah. So you can't go back from this. You're too old. Sorry. Thank you so much for letting me read for you this month, Virgo Rising. If you like that, you can also check out my monthly Venus sign readings for relationships, which I do in the middle of the month. I also do pick a card readings. I've got other stuff coming soon. If you give me a like and a subscribe, it means so much to me. Thank you so much for watching, and until I see you next time, bye.